Morning, it's day 2 in Kiruna. So I looked yesterday and tried to find the big mountain that I saw, and I think I found it, but I think that's about 50-60 kilometers away, so that's not possible to do in a single day, and I've not brought my tent. But I did find another place which is, I think, actually higher and within hiking distance. So the plan today is to visit 2 lakes and to visit that particular spot. Should be about 21 kilometers. I'll put up the plan for today on the screen right now. So this should give me those kind of huge vistas that I'm hoping for. Other funny thing as well is that today is August 13th, and it's the beginning of the Fjällräven Classic, which doesn't start here but does start about an hour away roughly. So this place is just packed full of hikers. There's people going up towards the buses, so they can get the bus across there and start that, and that's a 3 to 4 day hike, 111 kilometers I think, and apparently it's supposed to be absolutely amazing, so I might try and do that next year. But what I didn't realize is that this bridge kind of spans the track, and as you can see, the view from this bridge is incredible, and I missed this yesterday, but I want to kind of show you now so you can see some of the vistas that I'm looking for. Well, I'm not going to try it, but that sign is saying that you can drink this water without filtering it because it's come straight up through the mountains. Well, like I say, not something I'm willing to give a test, but it really looks pure. You see so many different types and colours of rocks, all kind of side by side with each other. It's quite unique here. I'm reasonably sure now that the reason why Komoot keeps calling these kinds of trails out as trails, where in this time of year they're basically mossy bogs, is because they are ski trails. In other words, the winter trails, which would make perfect sense because these would be great when the ground is icy and full of snow. Just not so great right now in the middle of summer. Unfortunately, I can't get through to the lake. The last part is just pure water, it's just pure bog, so I had to turn back not too far from the lake itself. I have found all the mosquitoes now, and despite having 2 different types of mosquito repellent on, pretty sure the back of my head's quite badly bitten. So back to the main path now, and then the next thing is up to the viewpoint, which I'm really looking forward to. That's the highlight of today. That's what I've planned today around, to get up there. The lakes are nice bonuses, but that viewpoint is what I'm here for. So let's go. So those signs on the other side of the red crosses, a warning that basically says this is a ski track crossing coming up. So if you're skiing along here, it's just to warn you that there's this road here that is a crossing. So that absolutely confirms that these tracks here that you can see going to the distance, the one I've just been on now and come back on, is a ski track. I think that that lake in the far distance down there is where I was yesterday. And if you just see, should just pick it out there, like a line of power lines. I crossed that at least twice yesterday, so this is starting to be the kind of view that I'm looking to see. I know that electricity poles are pretty much the antithesis of why I'm here, but I have to say, considering where they are, these are mighty impressive. If you ignore the electricity cables for a second, this is beautiful. I got halfway up here and then realised there's a path next door, but I think the stairs are a little easier. This is steep. So I'm close to the top now, and this is everything that I came up to see. Let me show you. Behind me, you should be able to see the viewpoint. Ah, look at that. Isn't that amazing? I mean, that's literally what I walked up here to see. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the day that there's a 320 meter or about 1,000 foot elevation to get up here. So in total today it'll probably be about 500 meters or 1,500 feet total elevation change, because of going like Kiruna, lake, mountain, lake, Kiruna. But it's so worth it. Just seeing that view behind me, I think you can probably see it from there. It is absolutely beautiful. This is what I travelled 2,000 kilometers here in 24 hours to see. And yeah, that is worth it. If you're going to wild camp in Sweden, particularly in Kiruna, that is an awesome place to do it. The views that they must have over that lake and that landscape, incredible. Just sat here, got some coffee, got some snacks, with that view as my background. It's amazing up here, it really is. If you ever get the chance to visit Kiruna, go up the midnattssolstigen, and it's the midnight sun's path. That brings you up to the top of this hill. So if you do ever have the chance to come here, do this path. It's amazing. I don't know what it's like in winter, because obviously it'll be snow and ice and probably pretty windy. There is almost no wind today. I took a time lapse of the clouds over about 3 minutes, and they basically didn't move. And it's very sunny as well, so I'm very glad I've got my SPF 50 on today. But if you ever have the chance, definitely do this hike. Now this I'm going to study when I get home, because I've been wondering about all the different stones that you see along the pathway. This is the very, very top of this hike. This is the ski lift. For the record, I am freaking terrified of heights, so that's where my feet are right now. They are not going any further. But you can see that lake down there. That's the next stop point for the hike. And then after that, we swing back around into Kiruna. In the distance there, you can see the mine that literally, figuratively and financially dominates this entire area. In fact, if I just poke the camera in that direction, you should be able to see dust coming up from where the mine's active, or at least where machinery is active. I'm going to hold the railing and just move forward a little bit so you can get a better view of this ski ramp. Under the bridge, you see there's two vindhoods here. Which definitely don't get a whole ton of use, but they are quite nice. And then when we turn around and look at the view, this is what you're seeing from this area, and it is tremendously difficult to get here. And the reason for that is because just here, these are train lines. So there's train lines between the lake and the roads in the city. So the only place you can really get over is just across here. That's why it's such a long hike away. So Kiruna is, I'll just zoom in a little bit. Kiruna is over in the distance over there. The train station is very roughly there, so I'm going to go back via, sorry, the train station is about there, so I'm going to go back via the train station. And where I was earlier today is right up there. You can just see the ski lift. So I actually came from the other side of that, over it, and then down here. So down there and then along, all the way along there to get to here. So I think it's maybe 4k to go back to Kiruna. I'm not going to go back the same way I came, because I'll just go back via the train station, because that's the way I know for a fact, and it's a little bit different to the way I came in. But yeah, it's been an interesting day's hike, that's for sure. That's what a train sounds like when it stops. Well, that ended up being a lot more interesting than I was expecting. I didn't think that place had been used for weeks, but as I was sat there just reading the news, a local guy, well actually a Finnish guy, rocked up and we ended up chatting for 20 minutes. He works at the local mine. He's been there for I don't know, 30, 40, 50 years, something like that. So it was a great chance for me to practice Swedish and for him to practice English. So it was a great chat. He has a really interesting old car as well. Anyway, on the way back to the hotel now. This is just going to be, and you can see this track that I'm on now. It's going to be tracks like this. It's going to be roads, so it's not going to be very interesting. I'm going to go back via the train station because mostly it's simply a different route than I came here. So rather than going the same route back, go a slightly different way, and it's the same trip that I did when I came a few days ago, because you come to the train station, then you walk into the centre. So probably won't record anything else until I get back to the hotel. So see you then.